If you've been diagnosed with Mast Cell Activation Syndrome, you know how exhausting it is. Managing antihistamines, carrying epinephrine everywhere, avoiding triggers that seem to change without warning, flushing, hives, digestive chaos, heart racing, brain fog, all at once, often with no clear pattern. And what makes it even more frustrating is being told it's idiopathic, which is just medical terminology for we don't know why this is happening. Your symptoms get managed, but no one asks the bigger question. Why did your mast cells become hypersensitive in the first place? This is for parents and individuals who are tired of living in fear of the next reaction, frustrated with medications that only manage symptoms, and are ready to understand the nervous system connection and root cause that's been completely overlooked. In this video, you're going to learn why MCAS is often a nervous system problem, not just an immune condition. We'll talk about the vagus nerve connection that both conventional and functional medicine frequently overlook, and how the perfect storm that so many of our children and even ourselves go through can trigger mast cell chaos. We'll talk about why MCAS, POTS, and Ehlers-Danlos syndrome show up together so often, and I'll give you a drug-free action plan to address the foundational nervous system dysfunction head-on without piling on more medications. We see this pattern constantly in our office. Someone walks in with an MCAS diagnosis, a bag full of medications and supplements, and a list of triggers that just keeps growing. They've seen allergists, immunologists, gastroenterologists, and functional medicine providers. Everyone agrees the mast cells are overactive, but no one can explain why. What conventional medicine misses is that mast cell activation does not happen in isolation. Research shows mast cells respond to signals from the autonomic nervous system. When that communication system is dysregulated and stuck in chronic stress mode, mast cells become hypersensitive to normal stimuli that should not trigger them. Mast cells are your immune system's first responders. They are stationed throughout your body to release histamine when they detect real danger. In MCAS, the activation threshold is set way too low. They react to things that should not be threats. Here is what medicine does not explain clearly. The immune system is controlled by the autonomic nervous system, especially the vagus nerve. Think of your nervous system like the car. The sympathetic system is the gas pedal. The parasympathetic system, largely driven by the vagus nerve, is the brake pedal. In MCAS, the gas pedal is stuck down and the brake pedal is not working well. Your nervous system interprets normal inputs as threats, and mast cells release histamine in response. This is sympathetic dominance, and it creates the environment for mast cell chaos. MCAS does not appear out of nowhere. It is not random. It is not just bad luck. It develops after years and sometimes decades of constant stress overwhelming the nervous and immune systems. Chemical stress is one major layer. Many females today are constantly exposed to endocrine disruptors like plastics, pesticides, artificial fragrances, heavy metals, molds, ultra-processed foods, seed oils, and inflammatory diets. On top of that are birth control pills, SSRIs, and other medications, acne medications, repeated antibiotic use, steroid prescriptions. These compounds do not just affect hormones. They alter immune signaling and mast cell behavior. When mast cells are constantly exposed to chemical stress, they become hyperreactive. Physical stress is another layer. Female physiology is cyclical and dynamic. Puberty, monthly cycles, pregnancy, postpartum, depletion, breastfeeding, sleep deprivation, perimenopause, all are neurological and immune stress events. Add high-intensity sports, overtraining, undereating, chronic inflammation, concussions, auto accidents, sedentary tech posture. The body rarely gets a true reset. Over time, the autonomic nervous system shifts towards survival mode and mast cells respond accordingly. Emotional stress is often the most overlooked. academic pressure, social media comparison, body image stress, relationship trauma, workplace burnout, financial stress, caregiver overload, and the invisible mental load many moms carry all drive elevated cortisol, sympathetic dominance, vagal tone suppression, and immune dysregulation. Mast cells are directly wired to stress hormones. When the brain lives in fight or flight, mast cells will follow. There is often a three-stage progression. So first, there's an accumulation. Years of chemical, hormonal, physical, and emotional stress stack up. Symptoms may be subtle at first, worsening PMS, migraines, anxiety, bloating, histamine sensitivity, fatigue, while labs often look normal. Second is full-on dysregulation. The nervous system shifts into that chronic sympathetic dominance. Now we see hormone chaos, cycle irregularities, autoimmune markers start popping up, POTS symptoms, food sensitivities, hives, flushing, itching, and brain fog. Mast cells are now primed. Third is hyperreactivity. That's when MCAS emerges. The system loses discrimination and mast cells begin recreating temperature changes, previously tolerated foods, smells, stress, hormone shifts, even supplements. Everything looks like a trigger. But the root is not random sensitivity. It is long-standing autonomic nervous system dysregulation under chronic stress. MCAS often clusters with POTS, Ehlers-Danlos, fibromyalgia, and dysautonomia. These are not isolated conditions. They share a common thread of chronic nervous system dysregulation on driving immune misfiring. Medicine often treats the histamine, the hormone, the anxiety, and the inflammation, but it misses the central command center, the autonomic nervous system. Until that is addressed, the storm keeps cycling. Antihistamines, mast cell stabilizers, and leukotriene inhibitors can all help manage symptoms and help keep you feel safe, but they do not address why mast cells become hypersensitive. If your car's parking brake is stuck, pressing harder on the gas helps you move forward, but you are burning more fuel and wearing out the engine while the brake is still engaged. That is what medication does for MCAS. It helps you function without fixing the stuck brake. The vagus nerve is that brake pedal. When it is not working, your body cannot calm inflammatory responses. Conventional medicine sees the mast cell problem, but often misses the nervous system dysfunction driving the problem. At Harmonized Neurology Family Chiropractic in Williamsburg, Virginia, we use Insight scans to measure nervous system function and reveal what is actually happening. In MCAS cases, we typically see high sympathetic activity and low vagal tone, neurological exhaustion, and tension patterns throughout the neuromuscular system with poor adaptability and reduced resilience to outside stressors. Neurologically focused chiropractic care addresses the dysfunction by removing subluxation, especially in the areas where the vagus nerve is vulnerable. As neurological function is restored, vagal tone improves, the brake pedal starts working again, and the nervous system shifts out of chronic stress mode. Often the scans improve before symptoms do. People see nervous system regulation on Insight scans weeks before they notice fewer reaction. That is healing from the inside out, addressing foundational dysfunction first so other systems can come back online over the course of care. If you struggle with mast cell activation and want to dig deeper into the root cause, click the link in our bio or send us a DM to learn more about the role sympathetic dominance, dysregulation, and dysautonomia play. These scans can be life-changing and only take about 15 to 20 minutes, helping you understand what is going on deep within your nervous system so you can build a more effective, drug-free action plan from there. If you are ready for help and want to schedule an appointment with us at Harmonized Neurology Family Chiropractic, you can do that as well. You will find the links in our bio, or you can send us a DM and we will reply right away and get you on the schedule. The nervous system and the immune system are designed to heal, recover, and live in balance, not in a state of constant overreaction. Let's work together to bring your nervous system back into balance and to the other side of these daily challenges.